Hey, how are you doing? It is another week. We got through another week and we are leaving 2025. Are you ready to prepare for 2026? Before we exit out this year, we've got to talk about all of the amazing things that happened this year, the good, the bad, the ugly. We want to take the time to acknowledge the fact that 2025 has been a year of change, of growth, of realignment. It has allowed for us to shed things that no longer serve us. 2025 is not something to rush past. We have learned so many lessons from this year, and it's important that we take the time to acknowledge the lessons that we've learned because 2025 has taught us some things. So before we plan 2026, we need to be honest about what worked and what didn't work for us because we know that carrying everything forward into the new year is how you are able to stay stuck year after year after year. So it's very important that we decide right now that we're letting go. This 2025 year is the year of the snake. And so you are shedding things this year, even some things you didn't realize you needed to shed, but it's preparing you so you're not taking everything forward into the new year. Because if you do that, you're going to stay stuck because you've learned some things. And because you've learned some things, you can move forward and let go, shed the things that no longer serve you. So I want you to take some time to think about what lessons you've learned. And when you think about leaving things behind, this is where you can reframe and release it and know that you are strengthening yourself by releasing things. See, releasing is not quitting, it's choosing alignment. You can allow for yourself to know that you are growing and you understand in growing you have to subtract some things, not just add. So if something costs you your peace, you can choose to subtract it from your life. You want to be in control of how you're showing up, and so understanding that you are acquiring new information about how you can find peace and clarity. And that's what this year hopefully brought for you. So you were able to find peace and clarity in this new year. And that is going to help you as you move forward in 2026. Because this year, you really had to search for peace. You had to be mindful of how you use your time, how you engage with people, how you allow for yourself to be moved or shaken by what occurs. You've got to be able to show up and do the work even in the midst of the storm. And the fact that you've made it to this far shows that you have consistently allowed for yourself to renew your mind to what is true because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of activity going on right now. So if you aren't mindful and if you aren't careful, you will find yourself in a state of confusion. And so this is all the lessons that you've had to learn in 2025 and in understanding that you can choose to find peace in the midst of storms, in the midst of frustration. You can choose to lock in this last 2 quarters. We've been locking in on our goals, being intentional to achieve our wins. And that's how you're able to move forward with confidence and with hope for the future because you've been doing the work, because this year required you to do the work. You could not act as if you aren't aware of what's going on because this year, this 2025, made sure you paid attention. So you must understand that goals fail, and they most often do because habits and identity never changed. So when you think about the things that you were able to accomplish this year, how have you changed? How have you changed your mindset and your thinking? Have you had to push yourself in ways that you've not done before? These are all the things that are helping you understand where you are, what you were able to withstand in such a tumultuous year, and how you can move with intention to achieve your wins. I want you to think about, what did you say yes to in this year that you should have said no to? There are things that you've learned by just going through, focusing, making changing pivots. Maybe there's someone that you thought you wanted to work with, but you realized it wasn't the right time. And so that was something that you thought you could say yes to, but you realized that you couldn't. These are all things that are helping you move forward with intention so you can make better choices in the new year. What people do you need to leave in 2025? And it's not about, any frustration, like you're leaving people behind. You're just moving with intention. And so certain people can't go where you're going because they're not aware of how you're moving. They are part of your future, and that's okay. You've got to be clear that in order to move with intention and to take action in the new year, you've got to understand that the shedding has to come. And it's a part of your journey for you to move closer to achieving your goals. We talk a lot about procrastination here because this is one of the number one things people tell me they struggle with and what hinders them from achieving their goals. And you must understand that procrastination disguised as perfection is one of the reasons why people stay stuck. You've got to decide that you will not allow procrastination to hinder your progress because you want to achieve things. You want to move with intention. And so this year, we've been able to accomplish so much. But if you found yourself stuck, if you found yourself not being able to lock in and to focus on the things you need to achieve, well, I would encourage you to get in the Win Collective. That's our school community where I help you take action and take that first step. You've got to take a step. The thing is, so many of us want to achieve so many things, and we feel like we have to do it all at once. And that's what's holding you back. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to take one step at a time. Remember, we take those big, audacious goals and we make them manageable because your goals do matter. And so, in order for you to actually achieve them and actualize them, we have to make sure they are in manageable portions for you to achieve. So maybe that big goal needs to be broken down into manageable pieces so you can actually take action. So you can move from talking about what you want to do and actually do it. So overcommitting yourself to please others, burnout from trying to do everything alone, old routines that no longer support your current goals, hesitation when action is required. All of these things you have worked through. You are learning that they are not helping you in order to move forward with intention for your wins. So you're ready to make a change. You're ready to shed that overthinking. You're ready to shed that overcommitting, the people pleasing, the burnout, the old routines. You're ready for new. You're ready to be decisive about what you want. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write this sentence down. We practiced this week with our Win Collective community, and it's very simple, but it's so powerful. I want you to write this sentence down and I want you to think about it. I am no longer carrying blank into 2026. What are you letting go of? What are you not carrying into the new year? Is it procrastination? We just talked about that. Are you committed to no longer carry procrastination into the new year? That means you're going to have to create some habits for yourself, my friend. You are going to have to be intentional about creating some new habits for yourself so you can actually make that statement a reality. No more negative thoughts, no more self sabotage, no more complaining, no more delaying the action you need to take. it's time for you to decide what you're no longer carrying into the new year. You are shedding that. Take some time to think about that. What do you want to let go of? See, this shift will allow you to release so you can prepare for the new year. It will allow you to let go. Remember, this is a year of the snake, and the snake is shedding its old skin. Those old habits no longer serve you, so you have to shed them. And in shedding them, you're preparing for what's coming. Thank you for being here, Coach Sandy B with 90 Day Wins Coaching and Podcast. And I'm here to let you know right now, for those that are just joining this live, that it's time for you to leave those habits and those things that no longer serve you. You have to leave them in this year. So we're leaving them in 2025 as we prepare for 2026, and understanding that you have a unique opportunity to shift and release and being able to prepare. And this is where your momentum can build, by knowing that you're letting go of those things that no longer serve you, in preparation for the new habits that you're creating, your new mindset that you have. This is allowing for you to create space. Letting go creates space, and that space is where the clarity lives for you. If things are cluttered, if you have so much going on and there is not any way that you can see through, you've got to clean it up, right? Like if your space is unorganized and cluttered, you have to clear it out so you can see the space and have some clarity. Well, that's exactly what we are talking about right now. The space is where clarity lives. And for the new year, it will require movement, but it doesn't require chaos. So that's why you want to take the time to get clear. We've been doing the chaos to clarity calls. That's the first step for you to align with what you truly desire. You have to understand, by sitting down and having a conversation with me, we talk about what's been making your world chaotic, what's been making things frustrating for you, and then we're able to create that plan for you. Because here's the thing, if you want to achieve those goals this next year, it's going to require you to have a game plan. Because passion without a plan leads to impulsive decisions. And we cannot afford for you to take impulsive decisions. We want you to take decisions that are informed, that are intentional, so you can achieve the goals you desire. So you got to start today. You want to start preparing. You got to start with clarity first. Then you can create the strategy, and then you can have the consistent action. So you've got to have that clarity. And it starts with you preparing, releasing what no longer serves you in preparation for where you're going. Once you are able to have that clarity for yourself, and that clarity is understanding what it is you want and why you want it, that is all included in understanding the clarity. You can't go on a trip and not know what your destination is. You've got to be clear about where you desire to go. So you have to start with clarity first, then we can build the strategy. And that's where I get to have fun, because if you sign up for 90 Day Wins Coaching, we create your vision based on what you want to achieve. Then we can move to the next level. We have the clarity with creating your vision. Then we can talk about the strategy. And then that's when we can create that consistent action plan for you, so you can start and continue to achieve your goals every 90 days. Your goals matter, and it starts with you believing that you can take action for your wins. So when you think about 2026 and preparing, there is a right way that you can prepare for this new year coming. And this is where you can actually see change in your life. You've got to decide what you will focus on. What will you commit to for the next 90 days? You know, this is an exciting time. We're finishing up this year. We're celebrating the work that we put into, but we're also preparing for the next 90 days. You want to identify those habits that help support your focus. And then you want to decide what systems do you need to put in place before January hits because you want to start prior to. That's why we have our vision season. We are having our vision workshop next Saturday because we want to be intentional. We're starting early. We're not waiting until the new year. We want to start early because in starting early, we're getting ahead of the game. So you want to make sure that you're creating that structure before January even arrives. And then you have to build accountability early instead of waiting. Who's going to help keep you accountable to make sure you are actually achieving your goals? This is where you can partner with other people. This is why my Win Collective is so amazing because there are people that are committed to achieve their goals, a part of this community. And that's what you want. If you want to go alone, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with other people. And so that's where we come together and we win and build together in the win community. So it's time for you to decide. Let me know in the chat, what does your future self need for you to stop doing right now? What habit do you need to change? It could be something as simple as you want to stop eating sugar. So, what are you going to commit to? You've got to commit to yourself first. You've got to decide that what you are working on is too valuable, it's too important. What you desire to achieve is too important. So, you are committing to do the work. That's what it's about. What does your future self need to stop doing right now? What is it? You decided for yourself. This vision season is a reminder that you have everything within you. Remember, it's not about dreaming harder, it's about deciding differently. This season is for alignment, it's not for pressure. You should not feel pressure when you think about vision season. You should think about what you're able to accomplish, how you're going to feel once you achieve the things you want to achieve. You've got to allow for yourself to align with what you truly desire. See, you don't need a whole year to figure it out, my friends. You just need direction and commitment. So today, decide that you want to go deeper. You want to be intentional. You want to take that goal achievement to the next level. And you want to start today. I would encourage you to join the 90 Day Win Collective. This is where you get the support, the accountability, and the community where you can grow. This is the exact work that I am doing in our school community. You want to release what no longer fits. You want to have clarity and direction, and you want to build that plan that actually helps you execute what you want. By being a part of this community, you're saying you're ready to take it to that next level. You're ready to align your purpose with your action. I encourage you to come to the school community. There's no cost to join. You can be a part of a supportive, structured accountability group where you can grow and build together. We went together, and it happens when we do it in community. So you don't have to do it alone. You don't need a new year to change. You need a decision and a plan that honors who you're becoming. So I want you to ask yourself one final question. What are you leaving behind so 2026 can move differently? You decide and get your wins, goal getter. I'm Coach Sandy B, 90 Day Wins coaching and podcast, and I believe you can achieve those goals. You can end this year feeling excited about the things you were able to achieve, and you can be encouraged because you have a game plan for hitting the floor running to achieving what it is you desire in the new year. Until we Get together again, my friends. Keep showing up for your wins and keep getting them every 90 days.